Connecticut Utility Regulators are now studying the idea of allowing the state's municipally owned electric companies to expand.
It could allow your city or town to take the place of UI or CL&P. Chief Capital Correspondent Mark Davis has been investigating the pros and cons of this idea. He joins us live. Mark.
Hi, Ann and Darren. Good evening, everyone from the Hartford newsroom. Yeah, one of the big pros here is that these municipally owned power companies all appear to have lower rates than UI and CL&P. And during storms, the local crews seem to get out to repair the lines faster. Just like after last year's big storm, state regulators are starting to review how the major utilities did in restoring power after Hurricane Sandy, when some people were without power for over a week.
Not unlike what we experienced with Irene and last year's snowstorm, we had, in this case, about 3,200 customers out at the peak of the storm, and then had all customers on basically, I think, the last dozen or so by late Thursday night after the storm.
So about 3 days?
Yes.
These electrical parts are at the town of Wallingford Electric Division, a municipally owned power distribution company that serves about 25,000 customers. It's one of 7 municipally owned power companies in Connecticut, and the legislature has found that their record for getting the lights back on after storms is better than the state's 2 major utilities. So now state regulators are studying the feasibility of allowing more towns to create their own power companies.
In a community like Wallingford that already has an existing municipal authority, some of the options may be to look at whether those companies would want to or be able to expand into other communities.
But there are major roadblocks to the idea. A city or town would have to purchase the existing infrastructure, the poles and wires, in an entire town. It could cost billions. The governor said today that the state could not offer any help in such an effort.
Our emphasis has been on microgrids and to get microgrids up and running, particularly in downtowns, small and large downtown areas. We think that that's a better way to harden the system much more rapidly.
And without some kind of help from state government or somebody, most cities and towns would have a very hard time raising the money through bonding to purchase all the poles and wires in their entire town to do this. Live from the Hartford newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.